For years, the name Obi Cubana echoed across Nigeria, but no one really knew him. They saw the wealth, they saw the lifestyle, but the man behind the curtain, a mystery, until one single event shook the country, and his name exploded into the spotlight. But how did a boy from Oba become a silent billionaire? And why should every business person study his playbook? Stay with me, the story begins now. For the longest time, people thought Cubana chief priest was the main man, loud, flashy, and everywhere on Instagram. But in business, the loudest in the room is rarely the richest. Work until you no longer need to introduce yourself. Obi Cubana, he was the brain, the boss, the man who built the empire while letting others shine. Chief priest was the face, but Obi was the force. He knew one thing: letting others shine won't dim his light. Business lesson: let the brand speak louder than you. While everyone's chasing clout, build capital. But how did this quiet man build a nightlife empire so powerful it made even politicians take notes? He studied political science at the university, but instead of chasing government jobs, he had one goal: build wealth from scratch. Hustle, quote, "A salary is a drug they give you to forget your dreams." Obi chose the hard way, the business way. He entered the hospitality industry quietly, investing, studying, learning what made people tick, while others shouted he planned. Business lesson: silence doesn't mean weakness. In business, the best moves are made in silence and revealed in power. But something happened in 2021 that forced Nigerians to look up and ask, who is Obi Cubana? In July 2021, the world turned its eyes to Oba. Obi Cubana buried his mother, and it became one of the most viral funerals in Nigerian history. It was the gathering of all that glitters. People flew in private jets. Money rained from the sky. Over 200 cows were slaughtered. Why? Because he had impacted lives quietly for decades. The people he had helped behind the scenes for over the years showed up for him in the open. Hustle, quote, "Give people value before you ask for attention. They'll fight to honor you when the time comes." Business moguls, entertainers, even politicians came to Oba to pay respect, not just to his mom, but to him, because he had empowered hundreds. Business lesson: your real network is built in silence. Help people grow. The reward will scream your name. But how did a man in hospitality niche command this kind of loyalty? What was the secret weapon behind his wealth? Obi Cubana didn't just build one club, he built an ecosystem. Cubana Group nightclubs, lounges, real estate, luxury hotels, and entertainment. Hustle, quote, "If people can't stop talking about the experience, they'll never forget the brand." He understood scale. After one success, he replicated it in Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Enugu, and across strategic locations in Nigeria. Premium brand, classy touch. Business lesson: don't chase trends, build systems. One success can be duplicated if it's based on value and structure. But with all this success, why did Obi stay in the background? What does he know that others don't? This is something that every hustler out there need to write down in their diary. It is a move only legendary hustlers adhere to. While Cubana chief priest was the life of the party, Obi Cubana was the architect of the building. He chose obscurity for power, a chess move for strategic reasons. Hustle, quote, "Never announce your moves. Move in silence, shock them with results." Obi Cubana mastered the art of strategic invisibility. No controversies, no scandals, just consistent, straight-up execution. And when the spotlight finally came, he didn't need to explain anything. His work, wealth, and wisdom spoke volumes. Business lesson: in business, mystery multiplies your value. When people can't figure you out, they respect your So what does Obi Cubana say is the real secret to wealth? And how can you apply it? Obi Cubana once said, "Don't envy me until you know my story. Don't copy me until you know my pain." And that's true most times. We envy people without knowing what it takes to be in their position. If only we know, then we would realize that truly the crown is heavy. Hustle quote. Focus on impact, not attention. Money will chase the man who solves real problems. Cubana believes in group growth, helping your circle win, empowering friends, building communities. Most often, many entrepreneurs want to win alone. They forget that a tree can't form a forest, and perhaps that's his most powerful legacy. Not his clubs, not his cars, but the lives he's changed. Business lesson: build wealth that outlives you. Don't chase fame, chase impact. That's what true success looks like. We admire the mansions, the bottles, the VIP table, but what about the nights he almost gave up? What about the deals that fell through? The betrayals, the debts, the pains. There were years Obi Cubana was building, and nobody clapped. He lost money. He trusted the wrong people. He was mocked for choosing clubs over politics. Some friends walked away when he had nothing but vision. Only he can tell you such stories in his private chambers. Hustle quote. Success is rented, and rent is due every day. Yet he didn't quit. He didn't rant online. He didn't beg for validation. He doubled down. Business lesson: true entrepreneurs bleed in silence. They get hurt, but they still build. If you're facing battles right now, in your chosen path, business or career, that's the path. No great man escapes the valley. With success comes envy. Never forget that when you make it. After the viral funeral of his mother, questions started flying. Who is he? How did he make his money? Is it legit? Instead of celebrating him, many accused him. In Nigeria, when you rise too high, they want to check if your wings are real. But Obi Cubana stayed calm. No online war, no rants, just results. He let his legacy speak. Hustle quote. If success makes you loud, you weren't ready for it. Business lesson: if your name enters rooms you've never been in, let your integrity guard your brand. The bigger the spotlight, the stronger your foundation must be. There is something else that aspiring entrepreneurs must learn from Cubana. Behind every move Obi made was his love for family. He married young, stayed loyal, and kept his private life private. This shows that success is not an accident. The young man had a blueprint of his life written. In a world where clout ruins homes, Obi kept his house in order. While others flexed fake wealth, he built real stability. Hustle quote. The real flex is peace, not norm. Business lesson: balance is the backbone of longevity. Build a home before you build a brand. Obi Cubana didn't want to be rich alone. He empowered Cubana chief priest. He supported his boy. He mentored rising entrepreneurs. He believes wealth should circulate, not suffocate. That's how you multiply legacy, by helping others grow wings too. Hustle quote. Don't just make money, make people. Business lesson: in business, your real net worth is in the people you've empowered, not just the money you've stacked. So if you're building right now and it feels slow, good. That's how real wealth is built, brick by brick, lesson by lesson. Obi Cubana was doubted, questioned, mocked, but he stayed the course. He stayed low until he blew, and when he finally did, the world had no choice but to listen. Hustle quote. Move like a ghost, win like a storm. Obi Cubana was the man no one saw coming. But when he came, he didn't just show up, he dominated. And since then, he has been at the forefront of the hustle. So if you're watching this and grinding in silence, stay there, stay focused, stay down till you come up. Because when your time comes, the world will hear you loud and clear. And make sure you subscribe for more untold stories of African greatness. Your journey begins now.